It's time to take a little train trip. We are going to take the Essex County Express today, entering our third scenario of the Dunwich Legacy campaign for the Arkham Horror Card Game. This one looks like it's going to be really fun and really interesting. I do have it all set up here, of course, ahead of time just to sort of speed things up, but we're just going to jump right into it. As we usually do. Last episode, we had another pretty good run, surprisingly, through the Miskatonic University, and we actually ended up getting a good amount of experience. We got 3 experience, so I'll go over my card upgrades in just a second. But yeah, it all went super smoothly. We didn't have anything too terrible happen to us, I believe, and we ended up, the choice that we made at the end is we ended up burning the Necronomicon. We did destroy it, and we'll see what consequence that has in the future. But let's dive into deck upgrades. So we had 3 experience total, not too much experience, and I only did spend 2 experience with Monterey Jack. There wasn't really a 1 experience card I wanted to grab, and so I figured, why not just save that last experience, and it might be more useful in getting a higher level card in the future. But I did get up getting a 1 copy of Deduction. I figure since he's going to be the main clue getter, this is just going to help him get more clues. It's very straightforward, so it's just going to be able to apply 2 books to a 2 intellect to a skill test for investigating, and we can also discover 1 additional clue at that location and then 2 additional clues if we succeed by 2 or more. So as long as we have a section with a decent amount of clues, we should be able to get a lot of clues in 1 spot. As for Jacqueline Fine, we're just going to get a little bit more utility with her. I did spend 2 experience to upgrade 1 of the copies of Ward of Protection, because that one allows us to help out other investigators, which of course we do want to protect Monterey Jack as much as possible from the encounter deck because he is not very good at willpower. Additionally, I had 1 experience left over. I figure she is very reliant on her spells and charges and stuff like that, so I thought why not get her a copy of Wings of Power for 1 experience. It allows us to potentially play it for free, or play it for a free action, I guess, if we draw it, but we also just get to refill our spells, and it's great if we end up only drawing 1 spell or something early on and we're running low on stuff because she is our main fighter. So yeah, those are my deck upgrades. Again, as usual, deck lists down in the description below if you want the full deck lists as what I'm using for today. But otherwise, let's just read the scenario and see what this Essex County Express is all about. Recent events in the museum have forced you to reevaluate Armitage's tale about Dunwich. It cannot be a coincidence. Wilbur Whately, the Necronomicon, the creature from Dunwich, and the people and creatures who attacked here in Arkham, everything must be connected. You're certain now where you must head, the lonely and dismal town of Dunwich Village. You consider telling the Massachusetts State Police what you know, but the negative consequences outweigh the potential gain. Given the nature of your story, they would likely write off your stories as an absurd hoax. Worse, they could lock you up. After all, you were present in an illegal speakeasy, and you also trespassed in the museum. Instead, you decide to head to Dunwich yourself in order to investigate further. You pack everything you think you might need and manage to get some rest for the night. In the morning, you head to the train station in Northside and purchase a last-minute express ticket. Dunwich is several hours by train northwest along the Miskatonic River Valley. There is no train station in Dunwich, but you manage to phone one of Armitage's acquaintances in the small village, a man by the name of Zebulon Whately, who was present during the events several months ago. Armitage's notes indicate that the Whately family spread across many branches, some decadent and unscrupulous, others undecayed or otherwise untouched by nefarious and diabolic rites. According to Armitage, Zebulon's branch of the family lays somewhere between the decayed and undecayed Whateleys, who knew of the tradition of his ancestors, but was not corrupted by them. He agrees to pick you up at the closest station and drive you into town. As the train departs from Arkham, you feel the events of the previous night catching up to you and the exhaustion sets in. But before you can safely reach your destination, the train car suddenly rumbles and shakes, startling you out of your reverie. The train loudly skids to a violent halt, and you hear a rattling noise behind you. Okay, well that's a little bit sketchy. As for how we set this up, one thing that we did have to actually do is we did, depending on the difficulty that you're choosing for the campaign, you do have to add an extra difficulty token or difficulty chaos token into the bag. We are playing on standard, so I did add another -3. Gonna even make it a little bit harder on ourselves moving forward. So let's check out the agenda card and see exactly what happened. Agenda 1A, A Terror in Reality. As the train to Dunwich comes to a jarring stop, you look at the window behind you and see an immense tear in the sky, like a rip in a piece of cloth. Several of the rearmost trains are pulled backwards, and there's a dreadful metallic crunch as they are detached. The train cars topple upwards and into the rift in the sky. Nearby passengers are panicking, others are cowering in their seats, and one elderly man has fainted in fear. We only have 2 act cards, and there's like a bunch of agenda cards. The act card just says, run. The train is stopped on a bridge high above the Miskatonic River. You might be able to survive the fall, but you don't like your chances. Your best bet is to make your way to the engine car as fast as you can and get the train running again. If an investigator enters the engine car, immediately advance. Well, we do have the engine car on the far right, so there was a choice of 3 different engine cars. We randomly picked one of those, and there was 8 total train car slots that we picked 6 out of and randomly shuffled and sorted them out that way. But all right, let's just get these deck upgrades into our deck. We'll shuffle up the decks, we'll draw the opening hands, and we'll try and get off this hellish train. All right, we got our opening hands here. Let's just move that out of the way. Opening hands for Monterey Jack, we have Hiking Boots, Sneak Attack, Leo DeLuca, our weakness, which we'll just draw a new one, and Pickpocketing. So let's draw for our weakness. We got a Backstab, so a lot of killing stuff. Not really sure what we need. I definitely want Leo, because Leo is always fantastic. And I think Hiking Boots is all right, too. Just boots up our evasion. I think all the combat stuff, even Pickpocketing, I think we can get rid of Pickpocketing. I really would like Lock Picks or something, just better clue gaining stuff. So let's set aside these 3 cards. Let's draw 3 new ones. We get Emergency Cash, Fieldwork, and our other copy of Fieldwork. So not the greatest, but we get a really, really big bump as we move through these cars, I guess. So let's shuffle these back into our deck. And let's check out Jacqueline Fiennes' deck. All right, Jacqueline Fiennes' Arcane Studies, great. Emergency Cash, a second copy, which we aren't going to need. Holy Rosary, which is great, and another Emergency Cash. I don't think we need 2 Emergency Caches. And I'm almost tempted to just look for a fight spell, because I don't think I need yeah, I think we're gonna mulligan even both the emergency caches right now, because we can, even without the emergency cache, we can get both of these cards into play, and I really would rather look for like a Shriveling or something. So we'll keep the Holy Rosary, Arcane Studies. We'll draw 3 new cards. We get Occult Theory, Familiar Spirit, and our other Occult Theory. So not the greatest, but at least with the Occult Theories, maybe we can help out with clue gain. So let's shuffle these cards back and get this show on the road. All right, and so the way this setup all works, it should be pretty straightforward. The engine car is on the far right here. The train cars are obviously just connected to the left and the right, and we have to move through and get to the engine car. I'm guessing we just need to get clues to do that, but interestingly enough, there's no clues on these on the act card. All right, let's see what this first train car has. And there might be a forced action on here, but if since we start in this first train car, it doesn't activate. Sleeping car. So sleeping car is connected to the locations to the right and left of it. We can, as an action, gain 3 resources, but we have to remember that you have stolen a passenger's luggage once per game as a group. High shroud level, and there's only 1 clue. And we do need to get through these, we have to make sure to get all the clues off the location before we can actually move forward. So there's only 1 clue on here. I guess that makes it really, really easy, and we can get to this one fairly quickly, hopefully. 4 shroud is pretty tough, but we do have a lot of cards we can deal with that. I think first things first, do we want to just set up? This is a pretty easy clue to get in terms of the amount of clues, so I think we're fine doing that. Let's go with Monterey Jack first. Let's spend emergency cash, go up to 8 resources, immediately spend 6, so we'll end up at 2. To play Leo DeLuca, get that into play. So we have 2 actions left thanks to Leo. And I think we'll just get Hiking Boots into play. We'll spend all of our 2 resources, get Hiking Boots into play. And I think we will just use our last action to try and investigate 4 to 4. Do I want to commit anything? I could commit an occult theory and just make it like pretty much guaranteed, but I don't think we... Is that worth using an occult theory just to sort of get going? I mean, that would pretty much make it guaranteed. You know what? I think we'll hold off. Yeah. If anything, maybe I'll use occult theory just on Jacqueline's investigation if we need to. Instead, we'll just trigger Jacqueline's ability, and we'll just try and look for a 0 or a +1. So we get to reveal 3 tokens. We get a -2. Oop. Oh, get my hand out of the bag. Another -2. Uh-oh, that's not good. Come on, Elder Sign. Oh, -4. All right, that's going to fail because even if we cancel the failure and the -2, 4 to 4, we lose that. So unfortunately, that does not succeed. So yeah, played, investigated. So that does it for Monterey Jack. For Jacqueline, we are going to spend 2, going down to 3 resources to get Arcane Studies into play. And we're also going to spend another 2 to get Holy Rosary, so we'll go down to 1. And then I think, yeah, we'll just investigate as our... I guess I might as well use the last... No. Actually, we'll keep Familiar Spirit in our hand right now. I don't really need it. Yeah, we'll just commit Occult Theory, essentially gaining 5 book. So it'll be 8 intellect to 4. 8 to 4. Ooh, Elder Sign. Well, don't ignore it, but that just counts as a +1. Didn't even need to commit that. But that's going to be a successful clue gain, so we can move now. But that was all of our actions, so that is going to be it. But at least we cleared that, so we can move next turn. I'm not going to steal someone's luggage. I feel like that's a bad thing. Mythos, or Upkeep phase. Let's get these back going. We get a resource for Monterey Jack going to 1. We draw Sneak Attack. Jacqueline goes up to 2 resources and draws Ward of Protection. Great. That's a good one to have right going into this Mythos phase. And Mythos phase, we get 1 out of 4 Doom. And Monterey Jack's lead investigator for this campaign. So Monterey Jack draws Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there's no cultist enemy, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Alright. Oh. Nope. 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 Where are all the cultists? Ooh, that's a monster abomination. Yikes. Hopefully we shuffle that to the bottom. Ooh, Wizard of the Order. This is a bad one. Well, we do have a sneak attack, so we can kill the Wizard of the Order, and he's going to keep getting Doom on him, so we'll want to get rid of him as soon as possible. So let's shuffle back the encounter deck, and yeah. Now, do we shuffle the Mysterious Chanting that we just drew? Shuffle the encounter deck. Oh, we only shuffle the encounter deck, not the discard pile. I mean, yeah, so that's the only thing left. And then for Jacqueline, Frozen in Fear. First time you perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade each round, it costs 1 additional action. At the end of your turn, test 3 willpower. If you succeed, discard it. Okay, luckily Jacqueline got this one, because this one's totally brutal for Monterey. And that's fine. We don't need a Ward of Protection That's not the worst thing. All right, our turn. Well, I think it's pretty straightforward. End of the Mythos phase, this would have a Doom on it. So technically 2 out of 4. Now, is there going to be a clue on that train, do we think? I need to save 2 resources for Sneak Attack. I think we're just going to go in there. We have 6 to 2 evade. Yeah, so I think we're just going to use Monterey because Jacqueline doesn't have any of her fight things yet. So we're going to move into here. Wizard of the Order is going to engage with Monterey Jack. Let's flip over this train car. 4 clues, nice. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total willpower icons or take 2 horror. I am not looking forward to some of these revealed events because that sounds brutal. I mean, I don't have enough, so I guess we're taking 2 horror, which luckily we have Leo in play, so he can take 1 of those. So it'll be 1 and 1. Not the greatest, but it's okay. So it's 1 action. Second action, we're going to try and evade Wizard of Order, 6 to 2. -2, that's going to be a successful evasion. So we evade him. I'm going to spend my third action to gain a resource, and my last action to spend those 2 to play Backstab and do 2 damage to an exhausted enemy and kill the wizard. Not a bad turn. Unfortunately, we use all of our stuff, so we can't do anything else. There's also 4 clues on this location now. Yeah, moved, evaded, resource gain, killed. Well, we moved 1 location away from our starting location, so I think we get a resource or draw a card. I think I want to draw a card. Yeah. Get another sneak attack. All right, looks like Monterey Jack's going to be the fighter. Jacqueline, it costs 2 actions to move into here. We have 1 action left, and I think we will just investigate. I think we'll just try and investigate at 3-2. And we'll use our ability, so we can... Yeah, we'll use our ability. Do I want to spend a resource? Nah. So we get a cultist symbol. That means -1. If you fail and it is your turn, lose all remaining actions and end your turn immediately. All right, that's not that bad. We get a -1. All right, we're in a good spot. A -3. Perfect. So we'll ignore the -3 and the cultist symbol, so it makes it a -1, meaning we're at 2-2. Successful clue gain. We're swapping roles here, apparently. Apparently Jacqueline's going to be our clue getter, and Monterey Jack's going to be our killer. End of our turn, we're going to test willpower 6-3 because of our Holy Rosary. And, yeah, hopefully get this frozen in fear out of the way. Ooh, it's a -4. That's a fail, so it stays in play. I was thinking about using a resource to pump with Arcane Studies, but I felt pretty good about that. Oof, that's unfortunate. All right, no enemies because we killed the only one there. So upkeep phase. We get a resource going up to 1 for Monterey. Draw a card. We get Unexpected Courage. It's a good card to have. 3 resources for Jacqueline. Draws another Ward of Protection. Unupgraded version, so this one's only for her, but that's good. So we got some good ways to protect ourselves next time. And let's go to the Doom phase. So 2 out of 4 Doom. Card for Monterey. We get... Oh, shoot. Well... The card that I wanted to shuffle to the bottom is shuffled to the top. Emergent Monstrosity. The location to your right... spawn the location to your right or your location if there's no location to your right. Enters play exhausted. That's a victory point, but that's a boss. Alright, we really need to just draw some cards with Jacqueline and also get rid of her Frozen in Fear. We do have another Backstab in our hands, so that'll help out a bit because its evasion is not great, but... Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right. Well, that was Monterey. Yeah, because Ward of Protection only goes... Yeah, for treachery cards, not enemies. All right, Jacqueline gets Rotting Remains. All right, that's fine. We can just take that test. Testing willpower 3 for each point you fail by. Take 1 horror. We're testing 6-3. It's a -1. Succeed. So that's going to be an easy one. Only they were all that easy. All right, so what the hell do we do about that thing? Now, it actually starts exhausted, funny enough, so we can move in there and get a sneak attack off right away. Well, after, if we get... Oh, we have to get these clues off. Shoot. It doesn't have Hunter, though, which is also nice. So we can sort of set up. I guess that's all we'll do. I need to find lockpicks or something. This is only Shroud level 2, so I guess we'll just start by investigating with Monterey Jack. We'll do... yeah, we'll just test 4-2. I think that's fine. It's a skull. What does that mean? -X, where X is the current agenda. Well, there's only 2 on there, so it's -2. That matches, so that's a success. That was close. All right, so we get 1 clue. Second action we're going to do is keep investigating. Oh, shoot, we should have... for Jacqueline, after you enter passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total willpower icons or take 2 horror. Well, I can't do that, so I'll take 2 horror. Luckily, we have a Holy Rosary, so we'll just do 1 and 1, just like with Monterey. And luckily, horror is her jam, so that's perfectly fine. All right, second action, testing Fortitude. Investigating with Monterey. Ooh, Elder Sign. It's a +1 if you start this round, 1 location. Oh, no. Yeah, we did not. But that's still going to be a success. Down to 1 clue left. Got 2 clues, and let's spend our third action. Ooh, that's going to be a fail. So, yeah. Brings us down to 1, unfortunately. But we have 1 more action left. Let's do our fourth investigation. Might as well. Nope, that is also going to be a failure. Oof, that's unfortunate. Alright, well, it's going to be his turn. Well, we got 2 of the clues off, not the worst. Jacqueline, we need to find you a weapon. So, I think we're just going to draw a card to start off with. Arbiter Fates, that's a good card, but not great. Let's use the second action to draw. Another Holy Rosary. Do I just want to get Arbiter Fates into play? Yeah, we'll spend 3, get Arbiter Fates into play. Because it looks like we're going to be staying together a lot, at least that way we can use Arbiter Fates to use Jacqueline's ability for Monterey's test once, and then we can use the second one for Jacqueline if we need to. That's going to be her turn. Alright, well, end of her turn, we're going to test Willpower 6 to 3, and might as well use her ability here. So we get, oh, Elder Sign, nice. You can potentially draw a card off that. That is Cultist, so it counts as a -1. And a +1. All right, yeah, let's ignore the Elder Sign, so we draw a card and ignore the Cultist symbol, get a +1, and finally get rid of this Frozen in Fear. So let's draw another card. We get Robes of Endless Night. Man, we really need to look for spells, jeez. Sort of rough. Alright, enemy phase, he's exhausted, so upkeep phase. All of these, including the monster, gets ready. Jacqueline goes up to 1 resource, draws a card, gains emergency cash, not what we're looking for. But resource is always good, she is low. Monterey Jack goes up to 2 and gets Aeon Chart. Ooh, that'll be good. Essentially giving us a 5th free action to move, evade, or investigate. With Leo DeLuca, we can potentially get a lot done. Cool. Alright, Mythos phase. 3 out of 4 Doom. Card for Monterey Jack. Ooh, that's another enemy. Great. Hunter, while you're engaged with grappling horror, you cannot move. 3/3/2. Easy to evade, but we don't really want to. We want to just kill it. It's got a lot of health. We have no combat. I can use sneak attack, but then we have no real way to kill it because our fights are awful. Alright, Jacqueline gets Rotting Remains. Same as before, testing 6 to 3 for willpower. It's going to be -3, oof, because it's -X where X is the current agenda doom. Oh no, current agenda number. Oh, does that mean just like the 1 at the top? Or is that agenda doom? It would make more sense if it was how much doom is on there, but I guess it's just agenda 1, so I guess -1. Whoops. Oh, making that harder on myself. Well, that's okay. Still succeeded even if it was a -3. Oh, what are we going to do about this stupid grappling horror? Because you still got to get this last clue, and then we need to go deal with that asshole. And I need the sneak attack to do that. Maybe we go with Jacqueline first and hopefully draw into Shriveling. Because ideally we can evade the grappling horror, get Aeon Chart into play, use it as a investigate for free to hopefully get this last clue off, and the hiking boots can put us into here. This guy will engage with us, and then we can also try and evade it as well, because we'll have enough actions. I guess that's our game plan. Grappling Horror has Hunter. Oh, and who knows what the revelation effect is on this train car. Yeah, I think we sort of need to do that. Unfortunately, I have no other way to, like, really... I guess Unexpected Courage can help us potentially fight this at a 4-3. And that combined with a sneak attack, we can potentially kill it. But I don't know what we're going to do about this emergent monstrosity then. Yeah, I think first things first, we'll just try evade it. So we're evading at a 6-2. -1, that's going to be a successful evade. So then we are going to spend 2 resources to get Aeon Chart into play. It comes in with 3 secrets, or 3 charges. 3 uses. So we have 2 actions left. Yeah, we have two actions left. Let us use a charge off Aeon Chart to investigate for free. So we're investigating at a 4-2. We're going to use Jacqueline's ability with Arbiter Fate, so we can exhaust this so it doesn't count towards the limit. So we get a 0. All right, didn't need to use it, but that's okay. -3. And a -1. So we'll ignore the -1 and -3, make it a success. So we get the last clue. So we go up to 3 clues. And because we got the last clue on there, I'm going to exhaust Hiking Boots, which lets us move to a connecting location with at least 1 clue, or a connecting unrevealed location. And we'll immediately going to move into here, and we're still going to have 1 action left. So Emergent Monstrosity is going to engage with us. Passenger car. Wow, there's 6 clues on here. Oh boy, it's going to take us a while to get through that, but it's only 1 shroud level. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total agility icons, or take 2 damage. I think we'd rather just take the damage because I don't really want to get rid of cards. So yeah, so we're just going to do that. So we'll put 1 on Leo. So he's at 1 and 1. So we're at 1 and 1, and we have 1 action left, which we are going to use to evade the Emergent Monstrosity. I don't think we're going to get both of these field works out, and I think I don't want to waste time doing so. We're just pretty resource depleted now. He's got 3. I'm going to commit 1 field work, just so we're at 7-3, just in case we draw that -4. All right, -3. Going to be a successful evade. All right, and that's going to be it. End of his turn, because he moved 1 space away. We're going to get a resource to make sure I have sneak attack. Work towards that. All right, well, not the worst. And luckily, it has Grappling Horror has to ready for a turn, so it's not going to hunt us just yet. We're not going to have enough time to get all the clues off this thing, though, which sort of sucks. So there's 6 clues on there. All right, Jacqueline, we really need to get you a weapon. We have 7 cards in hand and nothing really to do it with. Well, first things first, we're going to move into here. Second action, I guess we're going to draw. Another Robes of Endless Night. And I guess last action, we're just going to play our emergency cash because we're going to be at full. So we'll go up to 4 resources. And that's going to be her turn. Shoot. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I mean, 3 evade on Emergent Monstrosity is not the worst. Like, Monterey Jack can deal with that pretty easily. Worried about taking too much time, though, on this Grappling Horror coming back to bite us in the ass. Okay, upkeep phase, because enemies are unexhausted, or, yeah, enemies are exhausted. Jacqueline goes up to 5 resources, draws a Shriveling. Perfect. So Emergent Monstrosity will have engage with Monterey Jack, so Jacqueline can equip the Shriveling. And then Monterey Jack goes up to 2 resources and draws Deduction. Oh, perfect. That's great for this location. So we can potentially get 3 clues here, just with 1 skill test. Fantastic. Okay, sweet. Mythos phase. 4 out of 4 doom, so that's going to advance. The rearmost car of the train detaches as it is pulled backwards. To your horror, it rises off the tracks and is consumed by the gate above you. Remove the leftmost location from the game. I'm not liking where this is going. And add it to the victory, or add it to the victory display if it has victory X on it and no clues on it. Each investigator at that location is defeated. Each enemy and asset at that location is discarded, and discard all clues. Okay, well, that actually really sucks if we draw Forewarned with Monterey, because he's going to have no clues to cancel out treachery cards. All right, on to the next agenda card. That's all there is. All right, well, I'm seeing the theme of this one. It's very, very cool thematically. I really, really love that. That's super cool. The maw widens. The terror grows larger, and you can feel the rearmost car of the train shaking as it is pulled backwards. The situation threatens to erupt into chaos as more passengers realize the danger they are in. Some passengers are looking for places to hide, while others are running about the compartments in terror. I also sort of feel bad because that other description said there was one guy who fainted in the first car, I think. So I guess that guy got sucked into the rift. All right, well, card for Monterey Jack. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. This can cause it to advance. That's actually, if it advanced and it got rid of this, I wouldn't be too upset about that, because it would at least get rid of that grasping horror. All right, is that... No, it's probably not worth using a Ward of Protection on that. I'm guessing it's worth using it when it's about to kill us. All right, Jacqueline gets Arcane Barrier. Ooh. As an additional cost to move into or out of it, test Willpower 4. If successful, discard it. Otherwise, you must either cancel the effects of the move or discard the top 5 cards of your deck. That seems worth getting rid of. I mean, it's not too hard for Jacqueline to do, but I mean, for Monterey Jack, it's pretty much just going to be discarding the top 5 cards of his deck. Which is that? That's not. I guess that's not that bad. Yeah. I guess that's not that bad. It doesn't affect anything else. It's just when we decide to move out of there. Okay. How do we want to do this? I think it always starts with Monterey Jack evading. So with Monterey Jack, do I want to use Aeon Chart for that? Or does it really matter? Because we can also use Aeon Chart for an Investigate too. Yeah, we'll just use Aeon Chart to... actually, no, we'll just... Yeah. We will just go for it. We're going to evade 6-3. Do I want to use Jacqueline's ability here? I think we want to save Jacqueline's ability for both of the fights that we might do with Emergent Monstrosity. Well, actually, with Sneak Attack, we're only going to need to hit... Actually, no, yeah, we will need to hit with 2. Yeah, we'll just test 6-3. And I got... That bit me in the ass. Alright, let's go again. -1. Okay, that's going to be a success. Wasted an action, though. But we're freed up, so... We have 2 more actions, and we can do a third for free with Aeon Chart, as long as it's a move, evade, or investigate. So, first things first, let's spend 2 and play Sneak Attack to do 2 damage to this monstrosity. Because that's always going to happen. So, we evaded twice, played that, so we have 1 more action left. Let us investigate and also commit our deduction. So, we're investigating at a 6-1. I am going to use Jacqueline's ability here, just in case we draw the auto-fail. Oh, geez. It's a -1. 0, perfect. So even if we draw the auto-fail, it's fine. And a -2. All right, cancel the -2 and the -1. So we definitely beat it by 2, so we get 3 clues total. Yeah, 2 additional clues. Hell yeah. So that brings us up to 3 on us. And we have, let's see. We can use Aeon Chart as another investigate, which I guess we might as well do. So let's spend another Aeon Chart charge. We'll investigate at just a 4-1. Oh, there's the auto-fail. Uh-oh. Not liking how many times I'm drawing that. All right, that's going to be Monterey Jax's turn. Ugh, this grappling horror is gonna end up getting us. Alright, Jacqueline's turn. We're definitely spending 4. Getting Shriveling into play. That comes in with 4 charges. And let's use Arbiter Fates. I guess we're just going to use a charge as our second action. Attack the Emergent Monstrosity. We're attacking at a 6-4. A 6-4, I'm going to commit this other Holy Rosary to 7-4. Make it a little bit better. And we'll use our ability, because we only used 1 for Arbiter Fates. So -3. Would have succeeded, but that's okay. -4, Jesus. And a -1. Alright, we'll negate the -3 and -4. That's going to be a success. We got no symbols, so it does +1 damage, so up to 4 damage. And we don't take a horror. Now we have 1 more action left. It's going to be a little bit of overkill, but we have to kill this. So we're going to use another charge off Shriveling. We're going to fight again. And this time I'm going to really need this to happen. So we're testing at a 6-4. We'll commit the Occult Theory. Yeah, because I don't really want to use this Unexpected Courage on Monterey. I want to keep that for him. Yeah, so we're testing at it gives us willpower equal to our book, so +3. So we're testing at a 9-4. Alright, Cultist is -1, and we did not fail, so that's going to kill. And that actually is a victory display, so we actually get 1 experience. And we got a boss out of the way, so that's good. Unfortunately, we still have to worry about this grappling horror. But that's perfectly fine. Cool. Alright, enemy phase. This guy's going to move in. We're going to have him engage Monterey Jack, and he'll hit us for 1 and 1. Which is a little bit annoying. Or wait, or would we rather have Jacqueline get hit? Jacqueline be at 5. Yeah, no, we'll have Monterey deal. Because Monterey can... Well, actually, no, we do want it to engage with Jacqueline, I think. So it'll deal her 1 and 1. Yeah. We'll put it both on her. Just because we need Monterey Jack freed up for these clues. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, upkeep phase. I mean, I hope that's right. I don't know. This is getting a little dicey already. Monterey Jack draws Hiking Boots. Man, we need his whip. Badly. Jacqueline goes up to 2 resources. Draws Unexpected Courage. Always good to have that. I definitely need some more spells, though, because we are already down to 2 Shriveling charges, and it's going to take 2 to kill this thing. Unless we just, like, try a bunch of fight spells, or fight attempts. Alright, Mythos phase, 2 out of 3 Doom. Monterey Jack draws Frozen in Fear. First time you perform a move, fight, or evade, each round it costs 1 additional action. Considering we have Leo in play, it's not the worst. And we have another Aeon chart still, but... Ugh. Is that worth Ward of Protecting? Because we do have 2 Unexpected Courages we can commit, bringing him up to a 5-3 test, and with Jacqueline's ability, our chances are pretty decent at getting rid of that. So I don't know if that's a waste of Unexpected Courages, but I think I still want to hold on to Ward of Protections for, like, I don't know, the card that does 10 damage when we're almost out of cards or something. Yeah, I think we'll just keep it. Because we have Leo, it's not as bad. Jacqueline gets Arcane Barrier, another one. Do we have to do both of them then? Like, I'm guessing they stack, right? Which, I guess as long as Jacqueline's the one to go first, then we can... Then we can get rid of them. Because she can beat that test a lot easier. I guess they stack, huh? I don't see why not. I mean, that's really, really annoying, though. I guess we don't have to use hiking boots to move into here. Either way, let's look for the clues. We're testing 4 to 1. +1, that's going to be a success. Goes down to 2 clues, but you go up to 4. Let's go again. Same thing. That's a -1, that's still going to be a success. So it goes down to 1 clue, we go up to 5. And the very last one... That's a 0. That's clean investigating. So we go up to 6 total. And yeah, I think we're just going to end our turn. I think I just want to save Aeon chart. We'll save that because I don't think we really need to do it with do anything with it. So yeah, that's going to be our turn. End of our turn. We're going to test Frozen in Fear. I'm going to commit Unexpected Courage. Jacqueline's going to commit hers. So +4. So we're at 5 to 3, and we're going to use Arbiter of Fates to use Jacqueline's ability. Let's get a -1. Didn't need to do it, that's okay. 0. So even if we draw the auto fail, it's fine. And Skull, that's -2. So we'll cancel the Skull. We will get rid of the Frozen in Fear. Nice. All right. That's going to be it for him. Jacqueline. All right, well, your turn is pretty straightforward. We're going to use a Shriveling Charge and attack the Grappling Horror. Fighting at 6 to 3. We'll spend 1 resource, go to 7 to 3, just in case we got a -4. It's -2, it's going to do 2 damage to him. And we'll use our last charge and fight again. And we'll use our ability this time. Actually, no, we can use the ability when we're trying to break these arcane barriers. -2, that's still going to be a success. 6 to 3 beats, and does an extra damage, but that's fine. Overkill. Now we really need to look for another spell. I have 1 action left. So we're going to use our last action to try and move. We're going to test for both these arcane barriers. And yeah, so I guess we do them one at a time. So we'll do this first one. We're going to test 6 to 4. I'm going to use Jacqueline's ability. Yeah, because we didn't use up our ability for shriveling, right? Yeah, I don't think so. -1 would have succeeded. Oh, nice. Get a draw card. -4. So we'll cancel the -4 in the Elder Sign, so we draw a card. We get Voice of Ra. All right, that'll get some resources for us. So we discard one of them, and then we'll try the other one too. This will be set a straight up 6 to 4. Ooh, -2. That's a success too. All right, sweet. So we got rid of them both for Monterey. And what's this other train car? Parlor car. Only 2 clues. 3 shroud level. Cannot be investigated. You have to spend 3 resources to discover a clue, but it does give us an experience, which is our first one. Okay, that's actually not too bad, because we have Voice of Ra, which could potentially get us a lot of resources. We are really low on them, though, unfortunately. No enemies, so upkeep phase. Get a resource for Monterey, draw another Leo, so I guess we can just commit that to a book if we need to. Or I guess we can kill off Leo and play another one if we want to, but that's a big waste of resources. Jacqueline goes up to 2 and draws Familiar Spirit. Where are all of our other spells? We have 6 attack spells in this deck now, and they are eluding us. Alrighty. Well, Mythos phase, this is going to advance. Guess we know what happens there. The next train car is ripped backwards with violent force. A middle-aged man hangs from his fingertips as the car flies unhindered toward the rift. In the moment, the car is consumed whole, and the man lets go rather than be pulled into the void. He starts to fall, but is caught by the rift's force and is pulled inside it anyway. Yikes. Remove the leftmost. Okay. Discard all clues. Alright, well, I guess that's just the same. Rolling backwards. The pull of the rift in the sky seems to grow stronger, and the entire train begins to roll backwards along the tracks. The rearmost car of the train begins to rattle, the force of the rift threatening to detach them. You must get out of these cars as fast as you can. And that is Shroud level 4. So we got a little more time on this one. I think we're doing all right. I'm a little bit worried about Monterey. Oh, it's going to be really bad if he gets... Well, I guess he can evade really well. I was going to say if a Grasping Horror. Broken Rails for Monterey Jack. Each investigator at your location loses 1 action. Each investigator at your location with 4 or more damage must also discard an asset. We don't have that. We're fine losing 1 action. Not worth using a Ward of Protection on. Jacqueline gets Acolyte. Ugh, that's annoying. Comes in with a Doom. Spawns in an empty location. Because we don't have any attack spells anymore. Oh, we really need to find Trusty Bullwhip. Oh man, I just realized Monterey Jack's weakness, his character weakness, which prevents him from moving until he investigates and gets rid of it, is really, really bad. Okay, well, how do we want to do this? I guess first things first, Jacqueline's going to go and play Voice of Ra. So we're going to use her ability, which lets us reveal 2 additional tokens. So we get to reveal 5 total random tokens. For each symbol, we get an additional 2 resources. We get 1 automatically, so we'll go up to 3. Ooh, nice. That's a symbol. Oh, another symbol. Hell yeah. I'm going to get a full house. Oh, it's a skull. All right, so we're guaranteed max value. Perfect. We can get rid of these 2 clues right away. It does cost an action, but that's okay. Oh, and an Elder Sign. So we can actually ignore the Elder Sign as part of our ability. We'll ignore the -1 as well. So we're going to draw a card off that. We get Song of the Dead, perfect, as a fight spell. So we can kill that Acolyte. And then because we have 3 symbols that were revealed, we get an additional 2 resources for each of them. This is where, oh man, this card paid off in Jacqueline's deck for sure. So we get 6 more resources. So that brings us up to 9. Hell yeah. We still got 2 actions left. So we're definitely going to spend 2 of those resources, going down to 7, to get Song of the Dead into play, which comes in with 5 charges. Hell yeah. It's a good amount of fighting. And thank you, commenters. You let me know that there's actually 2 spell slots and 2 arcane slots. So that's great. So we can actually potentially have 3 spells out. Let's also move these over. All right. First action and second action, play Song of the Dead. Third action, we'll just start getting those clues because there's only 2 of them. Now we get to discover this clue, right? Ooh, we do. So that means if we wait for the last clue to be discovered here, we can get hiking boots to instantly move into this location, which I think is fine. I mean, the Acolyte isn't too scary. Do we want to do anything else, though? I actually wouldn't mind getting Robes of Endless Night into play. But we need to keep moving. So yeah, let's spend 3 of those resources, going down to 4. To get 1 of those clues for Jacqueline. And that'll be her turn. Play 2 cards, investigated. Or, I guess, paid for a clue. Alright, Monterey Jack loses 1 action because of his previous card. Excuse me. So we'll spend 1 action to move into here. Second action, we need to look for Bullwhip. Because that's going to be really useful here, I think. Because we could use Bullwhip to kill this thing, which would be better than wasting a charge. Let's draw a card. Get Hyper Awareness. Yeah, and then we'll just get a resource as our last action. I think we're all right chilling here for a round. And because he ended his turn 1 location away, we're gonna draw a card instead of getting a resource here. Forewarned. Okay. Well, unfortunately, he has no clues on him, so that's pointless. But at least we have Ward of Protection still. All right. Enemy phase. Acolyte doesn't move. Upkeep phase. We go up to 4 resources for Monterey. We get Lone Wolf, not great in this mission because we're pretty much always staying together for the most part. Jacqueline goes up to 5 resources and draws Blinding Light. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost at max. It might be more efficient just to use Blinding Light to kill this Acolyte. Yeah, that ought to be the worst. Because we could actually pay the 3 resources to get this last clue as Jacqueline. Move into here, he'll engage us. We Blinding Light him to kill him. And that might be... And then that just frees up Monterey to move in here and to start investigating some more. It's not the worst plan, I don't think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Either way, Mythos phase. So 2 out of 4 Doom because of this Acolyte. Card for Monterey. Another Broken Rails. Again, that's... Oh, each investigator at your location loses 1 action. That is pretty annoying. But also, is that the worst thing? We'll just have to have Monterey Jack get this last clue. Yeah, no one has 4 more damage. Yeah, we'll just have everyone lose an action. I don't think that's worth using a Ward of Protection on. I feel like there's worse things. Oh, there's another Broken Rails, so we'd be down to 1 action. Alright, this one we're going to Ward of Protection. And that was Jacqueline's card, so we'll just use the unupgraded one. So it costs 1, we'll go down to 4 resources, and that will take a horror as well. Going up to 3. It's a little sketchy. Not the end of the world. Yeah, because if Jacqueline only has 2 actions, so we can still get this last clue, but then we move into here and then we can't do anything. So we will use Monterey Jack first. Alright, we'll spend 3 resources, going down to 1, get this clue, and we'll use Hiking Boots to instantly move into an unrevealed location, which this Acolyte will then engage us. I mean, he's easy to evade, so that's fine. And then this new car is a passenger car. There's 2 clues on it. Only 1 shroud level. However, after you enter the passenger car, you must either discard a card from your hand or with at least 1 question mark icon, or take 1 damage and 1 horror. I mean, there's only 1 clue on that. Alright, we can get through that really, really easily. Do I have a question mark? I do not. So I guess we are taking 1 damage and 1 horror. Not great. That Broken Rails is going to be a little bit annoying. So investigated, move it into here for free. So we still have 2 actions left because we are down 1 action because of Broken Rails. Alright, let's just evade at a 6-2. Don't even need to commit anything. I think I'm going to save my Aeon chart. I don't think we need it right now. Yeah, we'll evade at a 6-2. Ooh, -3. Almost missed it, but still success. So this Acolyte is going to get evaded. We have 1 more action left. Let's get a resource, I think. And then end of turn, because we moved 1 location away from our original, we'll draw a card. Manual Dexterity. Still, I mean, it's all right. Not what we're looking for, though. And that's going to be his turn. All right, Jacqueline can now just move into here for 1 action. Second action, we are going to fight that Acolyte with Song of the Dead. And it's going to be fighting at 6-3. And I guess we might as well use our ability, because if we get an Elder Sign, we can draw a card off it. -1, or it's +1. -2. And Cultist Symbol, which doesn't do anything. So get the +1, uber succeed. No symbol, so it just does 1 damage, but that's enough to kill this Acolyte. That's all we needed. And gets rid of a Doom. Nice. Not bad at all. Alright, no enemies, so upkeep phase. Jacqueline goes up to 5 resources. Draws Hypnotic Gaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not at max yet. Alright, that's alright. And Monterey Jack's going to go up to 3 resources and draws Lockpicks. Alright, if we encounter, I don't know, if one of these is really high shroud level, that'll come in handy. And we are at 8 cards for him. Where the hell is our trusty bullet? I wish there were more weapons that dealt damage using agility. Because even the rogue weapons only deal damage or attack using might. Or at least most of them I could see. Alright. Mythos phase. 2 out of 4 Doom. Card for Monterey Jack. Pushed into the Beyond. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset you control into the deck. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If a copy of that asset is discarded, take 2 horror. There's only 1 charge left on Aeon chart. I guess we'll just do it. We'll get rid of the Aeon chart. This could be a mistake. And we need to discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If an Aeon chart is discarded, we take 2 horror. At least it's not per Aeon chart we discard. So we discard Scout Ahead. That would have been nice. Oh, we discard our weakness. Okay, that was a good choice. And pickpocketing. Perfect. All 3 of those, don't really care about. And we didn't take 2 horror. The fact we got rid of our weakness, that makes us not able to move if a clue is there until we investigate it and get rid of it, is good. Alright, Jacqueline gets Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there's no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck and discard power for a cultist enemy and draw it. Yeah, let's just look for one in the deck. Do we look for search the encounter deck and discard power for a cultist enemy and draw it, shuffle the encounter deck? Alright, so I guess it's implied we look at the deck first. Nope. Ooh, double dissonant voices in a row. Alright, nice. It's just an Acolyte, so we'll spawn it here. Or, funny enough, what we could do is just spawn it here, and then it spawns in with a Doom, and next round it makes it advance and it gets rid of him. But it would essentially give us 1 less turn, and it's pretty likely we can just kill him pretty easily, so I think we'll just spawn him there. Alright, let's shuffle the encounter deck. We only shuffle the encounter deck, and there's not many cards left, so I'm a little bit worried, because we haven't hit those really, really bad cards that deal us 10 damage, and I think there's 3 of them in here, which is not good. Alright. So, not the worst. At least we have all of our actions this time for once. Like, I don't really want to use a Song of the Dead charge on this Acolyte, which is the annoying thing. But either way, let us... Yeah, we need to get rid of this clue anyways. Oh, also, I missed doing this forced effect for Jacqueline. Discard a card from your hand with at least 1 question mark icon, or take 1 damage and 1 horror. I don't want to get rid of my Ward of Protection, so I guess we're going to take a damage and a horror. Taking a lot of damage, but I think we need that Ward of Protection, especially with how the encounter deck's going. Alright, Monterey Jack, we're going to investigate at a 4-1. 4-1, huh? I do have a hyper awareness, but I don't have the resources for that. I might take out the hyper awarenesses, to be honest. I just never have the resources to utilize it properly. Don't need lockpicks right now, so I think we're just going to get fieldwork into play. Go down to 1 resource, get fieldwork into play. We're going to investigate at a 4-1. Might as well use one of Jacqueline's abilities. Again, might draw her card. So 0, -1, or +1, and a -1. Alright, so get the +1, Uber succeed, get the last clue, and we're going to exhaust Hiking Boots to instantly move into here. Because that was just our first action. Acolyte is going to engage with us, but that is perfectly fine. Hopefully this isn't bad. Passenger car, 2 clues, 4 shroud level. After you enter passenger car, you must discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total fist icons or take 2 damage. That's not going to be good for Jacqueline because she's already really low. And we do not have enough fists, so I think we're taking 2 damage. We might just die before... Well, I guess this is the last passenger car before the engine car. Unless the engine car does damage to us. And there are 2 clues on here, so I am going to exhaust Fieldwork for +2 on a skill check. So I might just try and kill this Acolyte. Actually, no. It's just safer to evade. We'll just let Jacqueline kill it. As much as I want to. I don't want to risk it. Although, I mean, I think we can maybe just go for it. We'll still have 2 actions left, because moving into here was for free. Yeah, we'll just try it. We're going to be testing 4 to 3. -3. Alright, that's a fail. Alright, so we're just going to use our 3rd action to evade. 6 to 2. Oh, that's going to be a success. Evaded. We have 1 action left. If we draw a card, we're going to have to discard. So I guess we'll just get a resource, because we might have to let Leo die and potentially play another one. Because we move to another location, we'll use our ability and get another resource instead of drawing a card. Alright, Jacqueline. We're going to spend 1 action to move into here. We have to take 2 damage or discard fist cards. 2 total fist cards, which I unfortunately cannot do. I only have 1. So I guess we're taking 2 damage. Ugh, we're 4 out of 6. This is not good. But unfortunately, it is what it is. I really hope we don't find another boss or another bad enemy, because that's going to be really, really bad for us. Alright, we'll use a charge, fight this Acolyte, fighting at a 6 to 3. We'll use our ability, because we get a second use out of it. So -3, still succeeds. -1, Elder Sign. 0. Alright, cancel out the -3 and the -1. Succeed and kill. So we moved, fought. We have 1 more action. If we draw a card, we're going to have to get rid of something. So I guess we'll just play Familiar Spirit for 1. Actually, no. Let's play, for 3, let's play one of our Robes of Endless Night and go down to 2. Yeah, because I actually should have done that first. Because then I could have soaked up damage. I'm going to retroactively say I did that, because that would have been that would have made more sense. Because then I would have split off 1 damage onto this, so I just have 3 rather than 4. So we played this, moved into here, and killed. Alright. Upkeep phase. Jacqueline goes up to 3 resources. Draws Unexpected Courage. Good card. Monterey Jack goes up to 4 resources and draws Backstab. Okay, we got some fight stuff at least. And we have 8 cards still. Man, we are doing well on cards this session. Alright, Mythos phase. 3 out of 4. Encounter card for Monterey. Ancient Evils. Place 1 doom on the current agenda. This can cause the current agenda to advance. I think that's fine, right? We're really far ahead. I just don't know if it spawns anything, which is the worrisome part, but I think it's okay to let this go. So it'll advance the agenda. 2 of the train cars closest to the gate are severed from the rest of the train by a sheet of impossibly hot steam, which slices through metal like a knife through butter. The cars are sucked upwards and fly into the gate. Something above the train lets out a terrible screech, though to your ears it is like the shrill sound of a broken steam pipe. Yeah, it's just the same. Alright, cool. And all clues get discarded. And this card goes away. Oh, and this one card should have... Oh, no, that's not the... This card is the one with the XP. Alright, we are on Agenda 4. Oh boy, we're running out of time, I think. The gate crackles with power as its strength increases. Dirt and rocks from the edge of the bridge behind you are torn from the ground and trees are uprooted, pulled in by the gate. One younger passenger smashes the window of your car and shouts, "We gotta get out of here." He leaps at the window, but before he lands in the river below, he is snatched in the talons of a swift flying creature and carried out of sight. A trail of steam is left in the creature's wake. Yikes. Alrighty. Well, that was the card for Monterey Jack. Jacqueline gets Claws of Steam. Test Willpower 3. If you fail, take 2 damage, and you cannot move from this location. Damage from this effect must be assigned to your assets first, which we would lose the robe and then take 1. That's fine. It's either discard it for horror, but again, I don't think that's the worst thing. And we'll spend a resource before this test, go down to 2. Using Arcane Studies, so we're at 7 to 4. Oh, +1. Uber succeeded. Wow, we've drawn the +1 like, what, 4 times? Okay, well, that wasn't a bad Mythos phase. Gotta get these clues off, luckily, and... Oh, the Shroud level is actually pretty rough. Shroud level is... Well, we can get one good one with lockpicks. So I'll spend 3 with Monterey Jack. We'll do lockpicks. Or actually, do we want... We could have Jacqueline actually spend some resources to investigate using Arcane Studies. That would put her at potentially 5 to 4. We still have 2 uses of our ability, though, so I think that's okay. We'll just use Monterey. Alright, second action, investigate with lockpicks. So we're investigating at a 10 to 4. -1, super succeed, and we don't need to discard that. So it's going to be 1 clue for Monterey Jack. Let's see, third action. Yeah, you know what? Third action, we are going to investigate. Jacqueline is going to commit a unexpected courage. I think that's fine. And I don't think we're going to ever play a second Leo, even if this one dies. So I'll commit Leo as well. So we are at 7 to 4, and we'll use Jacqueline's ability with Arbiter Fates. Just in case we get auto-fail shenanigans. It's minus, or oh, that's a +1 again. I always keep thinking that's a -1. There's a 0, so even if we draw the auto-fail, it's fine. And a -1. Alright, didn't commit all those cards, but that's okay. So we succeed and get another clue, going up to 2. So that was our third action, because we investigated, or played, investigated. So we have 1 more action left, but we're going to use Hiking Boots to instantly move into Engine Car. Oh, and there's nothing else on here. I thought it would spawn something. It's just 4 Shroud level, and there's 4 clues. Oh, wait a second. We have, once we enter the Engine Car, we immediately advance the act. Finally. So the investigator is entering the engine car reads the following. A tender car filled with coal blocks your way to the engine cab. Swallowing your fear, you climb out of the nearby window and clamber onto the roof of the train, making your way across the tender car. The steady backward motion of the train makes it difficult for you to keep your footing. As you get close, a winged creature swoops down from above, its body composed of piping hot steam. We have to choose an agility or a might test, or combat test. Agility 3 to dodge the creature. If you fail, you leap too far and barely grab the side of the train. Although you manage to pull yourself up, you suffer 1 mental trauma. Oh, so it's either suffer 1 mental trauma for failing agility, suffer a physical trauma for failing the might check. It's really good that Monterey Jack entered here and not Jacqueline. All right, so I guess we are going. Well, there are 4 clues in here. And I am going to use Fieldwork for +2. So that means we're testing at a 8 to 3. Because that gets us out of -4 range. -1. Super succeed. So no mental trauma. Act 2, get the engine running. You've managed to make it to the engine cab, but now you have to get the engine started again so you can outrun the pulling force of the gate. If there are no clues in the engine car, immediately advance. And that's the last act card, so I think we just got to clear this zone. Alright, so we played, investigated, and then got a free move. So we have 1 left. I guess I might as well just try investigating 4 to 4. Yeah, we'll just investigate 4 to 4. And just, maybe we'll succeed. I don't think I'm going to get Hyper Awareness into play. So I think we're just going to commit Hyper Awareness for just an extra chance. 5 to 4. Oh, it's a -2. It's a fail. Dang. All right. Oh, it's Jacqueline's turn. Jacqueline, what do we want to do with you? We got a lot of stuff that costs resources. And there's stuff that deals with enemies in case we get enemies spawning here. Oh, also Monterey Jack at the end of his turn, he'll get a resource for his ability instead of drawing a card. Don't think we want to draw too many cards at this point. All right, Jacqueline. Well, first things first, we're going to move into here. Second action, let's spend a resource, play a Familiar Spirit, just so we can have something soak up some more damage if we need to. And we have another one in our hand anyways. And third action, we might just draw a card. Because I wouldn't mind looking for Rite of Seeking, because then we can have Jacqueline help out investigating here and speed that up. Because we are running out of time still, because I think there's only 2 more agenda cards left. Yeah, we'll draw a card as our last action. Another Arcane Studies. Alright, well, at least we can commit that to a book test to help out with Monterey's. Alright, upkeep phase. Go up to 3 resources for Monterey. Draw Hyper Awareness. Go up to 2 resources for Jacqueline. Draw another Shriveling. Alright, no, that's okay. Alright, Mythos phase. 1 out of 3. Monterey Jack draws Claws of Steam. If you fail this willpower test, take 2 damage and you cannot move. Damage from this effect must be assigned to your assets first. That would kill off Leo. Unfortunately, we don't have any unexpected courages or anything that we can really commit. I can commit, or actually I can use the Forewarned, but that would have us... If we used Forewarned, we'll have to get 5 clues. Which I guess isn't the worst thing, but man, we actually don't have too many ways to get clues effectively at the moment. We really need that Rite of Seeking. We could use Ward of Protection. I could also commit Arcane Studies from Jacqueline and commit the Forewarned and not use this thing, just so we don't have to spend a clue. Because if we kill off Leo, that's essentially 1 less chance of investigating, but we don't really have that much we can investigate with anyways. Do we have enough time is the question. Because every single time we go through the Mythos phase, we're really low on encounter cards too. Yeah, we'll just fail. And kill off Leo. So he'll take 1 damage, we still take 1. But he'll at least soak 1 for us. We're really close to dying too. Jacqueline will get Grappling Horror. Alright, well at least she gets the enemy. That's still annoying. I guess I'll have Jacqueline go first. Her turn's pretty straightforward, I think. Yeah, we'll spend a charge off Song of the Dead. Fight this Grasping Horror. We are fighting at 6-3. Spend a resource to go 7-3. Actually, we'll keep that resource. We're running low on him. And we might need to replay like Shriveling or something. We'll just use our ability once with Arbiter Fates. Ooh, Elder Sign. We can ignore that for a card draw. But we want a Skull. -2. Come on, Skull, please, please, please. Oh, no. But we'll cancel the Elder Sign. That'll still deal a damage. That's the one downside about Song of the Dead that I don't like, is that it doesn't deal a damage. We'll draw a card off Elder Sign. And we get Winds of Power. After you draw Winds of Power this turn, we can immediately play it for free. Which we could get 2 more charges on Song of the Dead, so I think that's worth it. Well, actually, no. Let's put 2 charges on Shriveling. We'll spend 2 resources, because I'm guessing we still have to pay the resource cost for it, but it's just a free reaction we can do. And we'll get 2 more onto Shriveling. The reason is because... Song of the Dead actually gives us +1 as well. Whoops, forgot about that. Shriveling at least does +1 damage guaranteed. So, yeah, that's a little bit better, I think. Alright, we'll spend a charge off Shriveling, because he only has 2 health left, as a second action. I'm going to commit Arcane Studies, because I'm not going to need 2 copies of that. And that'll put us at 7 to 3. -1, that's going to be a success, and no symbol, so we don't take a horror. And that does an extra damage that kills the grappling horror. And we have 1 action left. Do I just draw a card and hunt for my Rite of Seeking? We're pretty much almost halfway through the deck. I haven't seen it. It's either that or gain a resource so I can start playing other stuff. Yeah, actually, let's just draw a card. I really want to find that Rite of Seeking because that'll help out with investigating a lot. Oh, ask and you shall receive. That is going to be our turn, and we're unfortunately, it does cost us 3 with Robes of Endless Night. That's okay. Alright, that's going to be her turn. Monterey Jack, we are going to... I guess we'll spend 2, go down to 1, get Hyper Awareness into play. Second action, we're going to investigate with Lockpicks. Investigating at a 10 to 4. So -3, that's still going to be a success. That brings us 7 to 4, and we still beat it by 2, so Lockpicks doesn't get discarded. So 3 more clues left. Go up to 3 clues on us, I think. So I have 1 more action left. I really miss Leo. Do we have any books that we want to commit other than Rite of Seeking? I don't think we do. I could commit the Ward of Protection. That's okay. We still have 1 more use out of Jacqueline's ability. So I think what we'll do is we'll spend a resource to buff up our intellect by 1. So we're testing at a 5 to 4. And then hopefully Jacqueline's ability can carry us there. Ooh, alright. Well, that's unfortunate because that means we only can take -1s or 0s. That's a -1. But we need a 0 now. Oh, it's a +1! Oh my god. Alright, so we'll negate the auto-fail. So that means the cultist is -1, but with a +1 is negated. So we're at 5 to 4 still. That gets us another clue. Whew, that was close. Okay. And that's going to be his turn. Upkeep phase. 2 clues left. All right, and Rite of Seeking can actually get us 2 clues, but we just don't have the resources for it, unfortunately. Monterey Jack gets a resource, draws Manual Dexterity. Jacqueline goes up to 1 resource and draws Emergency Cash. Ooh, nice. Okay, I think we can finish this. As long as the Mythos phase doesn't screw us. 2 out of 3, Monterey Jack gets Ancient Evil. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. This can cause the current agenda to advance. Because I don't know if this spawns anything. It's the 4th out of, what, 5 cards? Yeah, 4 out of 5 cards. I feel like it must spawn something near the end. I don't want to afford to take that chance. So I'm going to have Jacqueline... Do I yet use Jacqueline's? Yeah, I think it's worth using Jacqueline's because then Jacqueline just needs to do 1 Rite of Seeking. And we win. Yeah. So we're going to use Ward of Protection on that draw. And take a horror. Yeah, let's go up to 5 on our card. 5 out of 9. And then Jacqueline draws Dissonant Voices. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I should have saved that Ward of Protection. Because we can't play assets or events this turn. Which we can't play a Rite of Seeking. Which I guess isn't the worst, because I think we should still be okay. But still, that's alright. Alright, well we survived the Mythos phase, so I guess it's pretty straightforward. We're going to use Monterey Jack. We're going to use Lockpicks. We're going to investigate at a 6 to 4. Oh, sorry, 10 to 4, sorry. So -1. One clue left, and we are out of here. Yeah, second action, we're going to gain a resource, and our last action, we're going to spend both of those resources to pump up with hyper awareness. So we're testing at a 6 to 4. I'm going to commit. Yeah, we're going to commit Rite of Seeking for 7 to 4, and we're going to use Jacqueline's ability so we can draw 2 extra chaos tokens. It's a cultist. That's a -1. That's a 0, so even the auto fail doesn't kill us. And there is the auto fail. Jacqueline's going to negate that with her awesome ability, and we just get a -1. That is going to be a success, getting the last clue, starting the engine, and getting out of here. The engine roars to life and kicks into motion. You shovel coal into the engine's firebox and are relieved to see that the train is moving forward along the tracks once again. Resolution 1. So it looks like there's only one outcome for this. Well, I guess 2 if you die. Wow, that was a success, and because there's no clues on that, it's another card in the victory display. And this card goes in the victory display too, so 3 experience total. Wow. Okay, that was pretty sweet. That went really, really smoothly. I was a little bit worried about the encounter deck, but I think we just luckily didn't draw too many bad things for Monterey, and Jacqueline got most of the willpower tests. All right, resolution 1. As long as this nope, that's the wrong thing. Resolution 1. Oh, interesting. Before resolving any other resolution, if at least one investigator was defeated, there's a special thing for them. All right, well, I won't read that. But resolution 1. You breathe a sigh of relief as the gate behind the train collapses harmlessly upon itself. The few passengers who survived the ordeal seem unable to comprehend what just happened. One passenger mentioned a pipe bursting in the rear car, and that quickly becomes the explanation for the innocent and ignorant, those who either cannot or choose not to delve further into the mystery. You, on the other hand, know better, although in hindsight, you wish you didn't. Wow. Yeah, that's all there is. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So we get 3 experience. And that is going to be a super successful run for the Essex County Express. Hell yeah. Okay, this campaign is going a lot better. The very first session, the very first scenario, House Always Wins, that scared me a little bit. But the last 3 scenarios, we've killed it, I think. We've absolutely killed it. Cool. So we get 3 experience total. So that means Monterey Jack will have 4, because we still have 1 experience in the bank. So we can actually potentially get we can get a full playset of 2 really good 2 experience cards, or start working on some 4 experience cards. And I'm sort of curious to see what this, if it would have spawned anything in this agenda card. No, it wouldn't have. All right, so it was a mistake trying to negate that ancient death. Out of time. Oof. Yeah, if you die, or if you let the agenda run out, every surviving investigator takes a mental trauma, and you have other bad stuff happen. I think that's one of the reasons why we're actually doing so well, is we haven't taken a lot of trauma, we haven't taken a lot of bad things yet, which is really, really nice. I'm really liking how our decks are performing. Our decks are definitely coming together. Fighting is really, really going really, really well. I think that there's almost maybe too many assets. I don't know. Jacqueline, I feel, gets a lot really asset bloated, but that Voice of Ra getting 8 resources in one go, that really saved us, because we were able to do a lot with that. And Monterey Jack's doing pretty well. This wasn't the greatest mission for field work and stuff like that, because he got stopped a lot. I'm not really sure about the field works, to be honest. I think 1 field work is fine. I really haven't had many chances to use it. And I think I'd rather just start cutting it for something else. I mean, we're gonna have to cut stuff anyways for leveling things up, but field work I think is fine. And we didn't draw 1 of those cards that dealt 10 damage. So there's an Acolyte next, Terror from Beyond, which we luckily didn't draw because this one is really, really brutal. Not so bad when you're playing two-handed because you sort of know everything, but... Oh, there's another boss. There's actually another one in here. Glad we didn't draw that one. Although we were actually pretty well set up to kill things, because we also did have a backstab with Monterey, so that wouldn't have been the worst. We could have actually gotten extra experience out of that. Dissonant Voices. Oh, maybe it's not in this deck. I guess it's not in this deck. For some reason, I thought it was part of this encounter when I saw the cards that made you discard cards. I just assumed that it was part of this event too, but I'm really glad it wasn't. Either way, we did a really, really good job. So thank you so much for watching. That was the Essex County Express, scenario number 3. Moving well on to scenario number 4. I do have a long weekend coming up. I am going away, so there might be not too many videos out for the next week or so, but I should be getting the expansions for Townsfolk Tussle, the preview material that Panic Roll has sent me, so I'll be able to do a sneak peek of that for you all once I get back from my trip. Really, really looking forward to that. If you haven't seen Townsfolk Tussle, I do have some videos on it, so definitely check those out if you want to. It's my favorite boss battler, or one of my favorite boss battlers, I should say, and it's a lot of fun. And they have a new Kickstarter coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that if you're interested in like a reprint if you missed the last Kickstarter. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.